Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds to go. Start. Madam, it is true that the vehicular population is growing very fast in the country. That is why, Madam, the Government of India has formulated the National Urban Transport Policy. The National Urban Transport Policy envisages prioritization of investment in public transport, pedestrian movement, and non motorized transport, land use and transport integration, intelligent transport systems, transport demand management, etc. The National Urban Transport Policy also speaks about equitable sharing of road space. For instance, in Delhi, Madam, the buses carry 50% of the total passengers, whereas the buses occupy only 5% space. So the buses contribute less than 1% of vehicular traffic and it carries 50% of the population. The private vehicles carry 15% to 17% of the traffic. So the idea should be to shift more people from private transport to public transport. Madam, as you are aware, the Government of India has sanctioned money for a large number of flyovers in Delhi. It is also funding the Delhi Metro Corporation so that the pressure on the roads is reduced. The minister has given a detailed reply with all particulars. In our country, vehicle population is increasing at 5% per annum. So there is a need for regulating movement of vehicle traffic in cities and towns. The government is implementing the Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Mission. At present, long destination vehicles are moving through the inner roads of the cities and towns, creating traffic and parking problems. Therefore, there is a need to disallow the movement of such long destination vehicles into the cities and towns. This can not be done by the Ministry of Urban Development. An integrated approach should be adopted to ease traffic congestion in cities and towns. In this context, I would request the Honorable Minister to clarify whether an integrated and holistic approach of laying ring road around the outer limit of the cities and towns be formed in association with the Ministry of Highways to ease congestion and parking problems. Madam, as I have already said, urban development is essentially a state subject, but it is intertwined with urban transport. So, if ring roads are to be built, the proposals have to come from the state government. He has talked about decongesting the centers of towns and passing the vehicular traffic through outer ring road. But for that also the plans have to be formulated by the state government. From the center, my ministry is funding the states for forming comprehensive mobility plan for all cities. So, if a city comes forward to formulate a comprehensive mobility plan, the center would help to the extent of 80% for formulating the plan and to the extent of 50% for preparing a detailed project report in this regard. The census is done under the authority of the Census Act 1948. Census 2011 will be the 15th national census since 1872 and the 7th since independence. Census 2011 will be conducted in two phases. The first phase is called the house listing and the housing census, and the second phase is called the population enumeration. The questions to be canvassed during the two phases were decided on the basis of suggestions made during the data users conference, experience of past census, and the recommendation of the technical advisory committee comprising eminent demographers, statisticians, social scientists, and senior officers representing different ministries and departments of the central government. The Citizenship Act is a separate law. The Citizenship Act was amended in 2003, and the Citizenship Registration of Citizens and Issue of National Identity Card Rule 2003 was notified on December 10, 2003. Rule 2.1 talks about population register. It is the register containing details of persons usually residing in a village or rural areas or town or ward or demarcated area within a ward in a town or urban areas. Rule 2K define National Register of Indian Citizenship as the register containing details of Indian citizens living in India and outside India. Rule 2N defines State Register of Indian Citizens as the register containing details of Indian citizens usually residing in the state. Sub-Rule 1 of Rule 3 mandates the Registrar General to establish and maintain the National Register of Indian Citizens, and Sub-Rule thereof directs the preparation of a population register. Rule 4 specifies the steps to be taken during the enumeration. One of the steps is house to house enumeration for collecting specified particulars relating to each family and individual, including the citizenship status. It further says that the particulars collected of every family and individual in the population register shall be verified and scrutinized. In case of doubtful citizenship, the individual of the family shall be informed immediately after the verification process is over. Therefore, under the rules made and notified in 2003, the rules require preparation of both the population register and also the register of citizens. Stop.